Timbr Media is brought to you by The Jerky Outlet, Michigan's ultimate stop for premium protein-packed fuel. Whether you're gearing up for a long hunt or kicking back at camp, their incredible selection of domestic and wild game options will keep you going strong. With multiple locations across East Michigan and nationwide shipping at thejerkyoutlet.com, you're never far from the best jerky around. So before your next hunt, stock up at The Jerky Outlet because the great outdoors deserves great jerky. That's thejerkyoutlet.com. Welcome to the Shooting the Shit podcast, where we take you behind the sights and into the wild. From the thrill of the hunt to the lessons we've learned in the field, we're here to share our stories, tips, and the answers to the burning questions every hunter wants to know. That being said, let's gear up and dive in.
All right, welcome back to another episode of the Timbr Media podcast, Shooting the Shit. This is a very, very special episode.
Exciting
for us.
episode.
We have our first guest, hopefully a permanent guest.
This guy is a part of the team.
That's what I'm getting at here. This is a permanent addition to our podcast. We're here with our good buddy Max. He's been mentioned plenty of times before in the podcast.
Oh boy.
It's great.
We try to avoid first names, but this is Max.
It's great to finally have him on, and I guess Max, how you feeling, man?
Yeah. Feeling good. It's been a long time. I know you guys have been doing this a lot.
Gosh, what are we on? Like
This is 12, so this is 3 months.
3 months worth of podcast.
It's crazy. Time flies.
I've
been wanting to do this for a while. I know Derek and I have been talking about it, so listening to you guys, it's been good. Finally glad to get on and
I guess talk us through what's been holding you back. You've been a busy guy this winter.
Quite busy. So just this past early winter, started the police academy here. I have an opportunity to work for an agency here on West Michigan where I live originally. So 3 weeks left of that.
Dude.
Super happy for you.
Busy, but
I can't wait to hear about you getting tased. That is so exciting.
Yeah.
It's
they gotta
big thing we're
record
waiting
it.
for.
I still think I should pull in and convince your chief to let me do it.
Right?
Imagine you're all nervous to do it, and then you see me walking with a taser.
I've heard all the stories, so I'll make sure to record it for you guys to watch.
No, so Max is originally the one that got me into duck hunting. 2 years ago now. That was 2 years ago now.
Long
It's
time.
crazy to think about. Met him at Cabela's where all of us
all
really
of us,
met.
yeah.
But yeah, Max, I've been hunting with a few times now. But tell me about your hunting experience past what I've known you for.
So before I knew Derek, a couple years before that, started duck hunting, pheasant hunting a little bit with some buddies in the winter. If you can even find the spot for it here in the state.
It's tough.
And turkey.
After that, duck hunting a few years after that, getting into whitetail here just this past year, really. Fishing's been part of me since probably I could stand.
That's a part I'm really excited to get into with you being here. I am not an angler by any means. I am not an angler, but I mean,
Would you say you're more into the fishing than you have been the hunting, for sure? Or
I have.
Definitely,
I've always been around fishing,
Mm-hmm.
whether that's pond hopping or out on the big lake now.
Yep.
Shot skeet, shot targets. Really didn't get into hunting, like I said, till 4 years ago or so. But ever since that's kind of taken off, whether it's turkey, duck, pheasant, deer, you name it, it's been an instant attraction. So for sure, it's been great.
I feel like that's one thing with working at Cabela's.
Oh yeah.
I feel like you
It's
just start
so
to
easy,
you just start to love all of it.
I'll tell you what, before I started working there, it was whitetail only whitetail. Yeah. And then now this year, went out for my first duck hunt. Derek took me out pheasant hunting. We're getting super ready for turkey season. Just anything you can hunt, we're ready for it this year.
Dude, it's exciting stuff. But no, I'm glad to have you here, Max. I'm glad we could finally get you on here.
Absolutely. It's good to be here. It's been too long.
For real. But we have a fun stuff coming up. Maybe some technical difficulties. Nope, we're good. Today we're going to be doing another dream hunt.
We're bringing it back to the dream hunt. Yeah.
We talked about doing these once a month just because they don't perform as well as the main topics, but we do want to keep them around just because we do think there is a target audience for them.
Absolutely.
Everyone I talk to, they love the dream hunts. Everyone.
Yeah.
I mean, they're a fun thing to do for us as well. I think it's just kind of everyone has that one hunt that they want to do, and we get to talk about a bunch of them that we want to do. And I don't know, it's pretty cool.
So.
The only problem is as many as these as we do, we might run out of animals.
Run out of ideas, right? You're gonna start getting
Especially
crazy.
doing 3 wide now.
Maybe we'll throw like a twist on it or some point. I don't know. We'll
Yeah.
brainstorm it,
Yeah.
but there's still plenty of birds in the sky and
yeah.
animals on land. And maybe we can get into like fish in the sea, right?
I guess,
Absolutely.
yeah.
We do, like,
absolutely.
Start checking off the
dream
list, man.
fishes.
Yeah,
man.
you'll never run out of
Fishes?
fish.
There's a few of them out there. But no, so me and Evan usually not argue, but we decipher who gets to go first. So I guess we'll let you pick your position in line here, Mags. You want to go first, second, or third?
I'll
It's
go second.
Second?
I'll go
Second, he'll take the
I'll
middle.
someone set the tone,
All right.
and I'll see where I fall.
I feel pretty ready.
Feel ready? Take us
Yeah.
into it.
All
What do you got?
So this one, I'm so shocked none of us have, or me and you haven't done this one before, because it's one that we've talked about plenty of times in the past, and just on our own, I'm saying.
Yeah, right.
But today I'm going to be diving into the red stag.
That's a good one, dude.
The
I've not
infamous
thought about
red
that.
stag. So, as many of you know, really the easiest spot to get it done is New Zealand. That's where everyone.
That's where like they only are, no?
I think so. I mean, I didn't dig too deep into that one. I think they might be a little dispersed, but anyway, go to New Zealand. It's just such a beautiful animal. It's an animal unlike any other. It's an elk deer. I mean, that's what we call it.
Dude, it does look like a cross between an elk and a deer.
Yeah, and they're just
For sure.
they make some crazy noises. They're just an all-around nuts animal. But kind of to dive into getting to the actual hunt, it's not like your typical hunt where you go out and buy your tag and then go out and shoot your animal and get it done. The red stag is a little bit different because typically you go out there, you find your herd, and then you find the stag that you want to take. And once you're done, every stag has to get scored. And once you
Really?
score the stag, after they score it, that's how much it costs. It's called their trophy,
Like a trophy fee type
yeah.
thing? That's kind of that's interesting.
Yeah.
It's not cheap across the
I
board.
can't imagine.
For the smallest trophy fee, no matter if you could shoot a spike horn stag, it's gonna cost you a baseline $5,000.
Oh my goodness! Is that to like government there, or is that
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
rent, like a
Yeah,
not,
that's
it's not
government.
like a guide or an outfitter thing?
So I'll get into that a little bit, but you can do guided hunts and everything, but everything you're gonna do is government regulated about when it comes to tags and the fees and all that.
Right.
But that price, if you get a good score, it'll drive you all the way up to like $15,000-$16,000.
Oh my goodness! And you see some big
cow.
stags,
Just
man.
massive.
Have
They
you
get
seen
huge.
like those huge ones, dude?
Yeah. So it's definitely not one we'll be doing soon, and I guess that's kind of the whole premise of this.
Right,
is
part of the dream.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But it's obviously quite the travel expense too. You think about it,
New
you're flying
Zealand, man.
halfway across the planet to get to this one animal. So you're gonna be paying quite a bit to get there. And a lot of the things I was reading was it's a lot easier to do it when you're guided. I mean, they give you the opportunity to go out there to public land and do it yourself, and it's just you're gonna have a much better time if you can have a
just go
guide
out.
and
Especially, like,
almost guarantee it.
New Zealand, like videos of it is like such a vast area.
It's
Like,
ridiculous.
and
yeah.
it's beautiful too. It's like so green and like grassy mountains and stuff. It's super cool looking, but it'd be almost like impossible to find your way
It's
around.
a place
It'd
like
be
no other.
The hardest thing to do, and to have that much money on the line.
Oh my
Exactly.
god!
Just to have
Right?
no
Yeah.
guide
Fly
would
halfway
be
across the
just
country, pay all that
crazy.
money just to not get guaranteed.
So most of the guides that I found in New Zealand are a baseline 5-day hunt. So you figure most of them are looking at like $6,000 or so for like a 5-day hunt.
Is that like lodging
Yeah.
and everything though?
That's like lodging, they'll feed you and
yeah.
everything. It's like $6,000 to $10,000 for the 5-day hunt, which I mean, don't get me wrong, that is a ridiculous amount
A
of
lot
money.
of money,
Like that's
man.
seriously like screw you money. But
It is like one of those like prized animals though. Like
How many
it's
people-
like
yeah.
it's like the taxidermy mount you put above your mantle.
Yeah,
right?
that's like the main
right.
one.
You put it in your front foyer, so when people walk in, they're like, "Holy
sets the
cow!"
tone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like, people
that
know who
guy.
they're messing
Your
with.
elk sits next to it.
Yeah,
It's
he's
like-
collecting dust in the corner.
One other thing I found pretty interesting was there's a different fee for private and public land. So the private land fee to hunt a red stag is actually going to be more than the public land fee.
Right.
So, if you get access to someone's land out there, you get a farm or something, the trophy fee is automatically higher, and it's typically like about $1,000 or $2,000 or so
Yeah.
more expensive for private land. So, realistically, if you're going to go do it, if you want to do it the right way, you're going to go get a guide. You're going to go get your stay and your food and everything. But you really got to budget for probably like in the 30 grand ballpark.
Oh my God. Are you
like
serious?
20 to 30 grand ballpark.
Absolutely.
Probably.
Well, then
Yeah.
you get your stag.
Mm-hmm.
How are you gonna get it home?
That's the other thing too.
That's the kicker.
Like
too.
I didn't really do the research on how to get it home, but yeah, flying a stag back to the States.
I mean, there's probably a ton of like customs laws against like
Oh,
taking like
absolutely.
taxidermy back and like wild game.
Well, this is kind of a sidebar here. This is completely irrelevant to what I'm talking about. But I was just watching a video on how you can check in your elk deadhead. When you like shoot an elk, you can like check the head into customs and everything,
Really?
and they'll fly it. Yeah, you can just put it
Really?
under the plane. I don't know. I just was watching a video about that. I just thought it was pretty
Just like
interesting.
drag it through the airport, like leaving like a blood trail on the ground. Like, I gotta take this home with me.
You gotta clean it up. And the guy that was doing it, he put pool noodles on every single one of the points, and then
Really?
duct taped them all. Yeah, it was nuts.
Like just
bad.
so like I
Yeah.
know like the Brian Footwear, he talked about like he was picking up an elk. I believe it was an elk, maybe it was an antelope, but he was picking up a mount on his next trip to Wyoming
Yeah.
for a buddy. So it sounds like he's like almost just they did the taxidermy there, and now he's bringing it back to his neighbor.
I'm sure it's
Yeah.
probably cheaper to just go pick it up, but
Right.
like if you're in a pickle and you gotta
yeah, if you got nobody
yeah,
there, man. If you're
just
not making
fly-
another
yeah.
trip back, so
Yeah,
who
exactly.
knows when? Obviously,
just
you gotta
fly
make
it back.
yeah,
But
make
yeah, I thought
happen.
it was crazy. But yeah, that's I mean, that's the red stag for you, man. You're gonna have to budget for like anywhere from 20 to 30 grand. But at the end of the day, it's a once in a lifetime thing. How many people have a red stag sitting in their house?
You got
know?
access to the internet on that thing?
I do, in fact.
Post
Yeah.
up a video of a red stag, like what do you call it? Like
Is
like-
it a bugle
like
or?
bleat?
Like something. I don't know if it's the same terms as.
That is no. I can't believe I haven't thought about red.
It's a
stags.
roar.
It's a roar.
Yep, that is what it's officially called.
Oh,
Let's
Oh.
see here. Where's the audio on this?
because they sound. Oh my god, that's a crazy looking deer.
It is just.
Sounds like a cow.
I say it does sound like a cow.
It's like it's mooing.
Oh man,
Holy
that kind of sounds
cow!
intimidating.
it is. Like, can you imagine being in the New Zealand bush at night in your tent and you hear one of them calling at you?
Oh.
Holy cow, dude.
Very nice. All right. Let's see what Mr. Max has in store for
First
us.
dream hunt, first podcast.
First dream
No
hunt.
pressure.
No pressure at all, right? So once I started waterfowl hunting, just the environment, being able to go out with the guys. I mean, you don't have to be too quiet. You can shoot the shit.
For
You
sure.
Just have a great time. So I'm doing a duck hunt.
There you go.
Going to Arkansas. We're going down south.
Oh, going to the
Ooh,
Middle
south.
of the
okay.
state.
Flyway,
Going
baby.
southwest of Memphis.
Okay.
Right in the heartland.
Like
gonna go see the
mid-migration,
pyramid.
right?
Oh yeah. right through Main Street.
Yeah.
One thing I didn't realize, especially down south, like I knew like obviously they're gonna have a huge flyway. I guess I didn't really realize the territory Arkansas was. Flat plains, you're gonna have flooded
Oh, really?
plains as well.
Yeah.
But rice fields? I didn't know they had rice fields.
In
Until I looked into
Arkansas.
it and I was like,
Well, you think about it,
Huh.
like crawfish farmers, man.
Right.
They like grow crawfish in like rice fields.
Right.
I guess,
Like,
yeah.
That's better for them than like dead fish and stuff or whatever they normally. You know,
Yeah.
mud.
Exactly. But the culture too. I think I'll get into like the details of staying, hunting, and stuff. But like the culture down south, I think is
That
That southern
it's-
hospitality.
It's
Yeah.
awesome, especially like crawdads, like the food.
Yeah,
Um,
crawfish boy. Put that on a cracker, dude.
But the environment, every video I've seen of guys going down south, it just there are limits on limits. And
Yeah.
Oh, I bet.
I think limits are pretty similar between Michigan and Arkansas. I think it might change daily bag limits, but licensing is about the same too. So not a huge difference there. Price range wise, you're like $300 a night. I saw for some
That ain't bad.
really nice, like huge, like compounds, if you will. Like
Oh, yeah.
6 guys are staying at this place. We're gonna feed you. We're gonna
Like lodging, like all
Right.
inclusive type hunting.
Yeah.
absolutely.
So it's
It's
not too bad.
not too
if
bad.
you think
$300
about
for
it.
a night, man. Especially, I mean, it's harsh because I don't know what their bag limits are down there, but
I think
I mean,
it was,
are they more than like Michigan?
They're either the same or maybe a little less, depending on what it is. I saw something about 2 per hunt per day, I think is what I saw.
Yeah,
something like that.
See, at $300, them are some pricey ducks.
Yeah.
But
I could be wrong.
ducks.
I think it's similar to Michigan.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, but it's also like lower down in the migration.
Right.
And, you know, I don't know.
definitely get a lot more species down there.
Oh,
yeah,
definitely.
for sure.
Definitely.
That'd be really cool to see.
Other thing too, they what was that? Culture experience. The difference between public land and private land is almost the same. That's one
Really?
thing I noticed. Like, we have the Grand River, we have Kalamazoo. I guess since the territory is so vast, it really doesn't matter where you go, private or public, you're still going to get the same amount of action. From
Really?
what I've seen, at least.
No way.
That's
Which
super
was nice.
interesting, yeah. Because, I mean, you see us, like, around here, like, we don't struggle, but it'd be really nice to have really nice access to, like,
Right.
some really nice
Yeah.
land. But, I mean, we get okay land, for sure.
I mean, yeah, there's decent water around here, and you can find birds. I mean, if you really look, you can find birds wherever you're.
Right.
No, yeah,
But
we've always seen them.
To find like a honey hole.
Yeah, we
like-
don't have no honey holes, that's for sure.
That's always a work in progress. But
Yeah.
sure.
I think that would be a fun one.
This-
and I think
yeah.
an opportunity to go with a group of guys, making memories. I mean, you're not going to.
Yeah, it'd be a fun trip.
Yeah,
Even if
absolutely.
you, like, I mean, 2 birds a day, but yeah, you probably get to sit there the rest of the day and enjoy the South, you know?
Right.
And, I mean, we all work at Cabela's, the pyramid's right there. I mean, you don't
Oh,
have
I
to
didn't even
go
think about
there.
that. Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know, so that'd be just, I mean, there's tons of, that's kind of the cool thing about, like, these big hunting trips, too, is, like, yeah, you're going for this animal, but you also have, like, all this surrounding environment and
There's so
society
much
you
to
can
do.
experience.
absolutely.
Like, we were talking about the axis deer in one of them, where you can, like, literally enjoy a beach in, like, Hawaii while you're hunting an axis deer. Like,
That's crazy.
it doesn't get better than that.
Yeah, it was more a vacation where like your excursion is
Yeah,
going to
your
hunt
excursion
an
Right.
is a big hunt.
Yeah.
So, but no, that's awesome. I know we've done like a lot of waterfowl, but it's just like, I don't know. I feel like we've all really connected with like waterfowl a ton.
Yeah. I mean, that's
Just-
how it all got started. I guess you can base it down to that. Is, you know, one day I got asked to go on a duck hunt
Yeah,
with
I mean,
these two
same
guys.
with me and you, man. Like,
Yeah.
Max, like, you want to go duck hunting and met the guy out at what, like 3:30 in the
Yeah,
morning?
ridiculous times.
Holes in my waders.
Yeah.
But
I mean, you get sent a random address and you
boy.
show up there at 4 a.m. and hope these guys up, you know?
Oh, man.
Make sure. Every
But-
time my like computer times out, it wants to time out your mic, but we'll keep it under control. But all right, so I'll move on to mine. I'm doing waterfowl as well.
Oh, there we go.
All right, but I'm doing one that recently I've been seeing more of, and it's just like looks like the most exciting hunt you could do, like breathtaking waterfowl hunting.
The American coot.
No, I've been looking heavily into Illinois snow geese.
Oh, man,
That's
we were
a-
just talking
I
about
know,
that,
dude.
too.
It's not
Yeah.
right. to
It's-
snow geese.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure, dude. So, I mean, obviously we know, but like to educate like the people maybe that don't know, snow geese migrate in the millions. Like
So many
when they
birds.
take off and fly out of like a water
It's
hole,
like a cloud.
it's like a cloud of birds. They're crazy. And they sound super cool. They look like seagulls. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. They
I mean, yeah, they're
not
small.
Like,
They're small.
they're not as big as like Canadian geese, but
Right.
you know, I guess they're still geese. But yeah, they just come in by like the clouds, and there's like millions of them that fly over during their migration. But I mean, you can't do it here in Michigan, which I mean, I've seen a couple snow geese, but I've never
Have you?
seen. Yeah, I've seen a few of them.
Probably. a
White
couple.
geese. I mean, just
Yeah.
sitting out in the
Yeah.
middle of a field.
Right.
They
Not
weren't
enough.
swans. I
Not
promise.
enough.
I promise.
They're
But-
really big. They got a bright orange
But
beak.
no, I feel like I've seen like a few, but just like kind of like mixed into groups of geese. Like I don't know, maybe they weren't. Maybe I'm tripping about something. But you just don't see. I don't know why you see them in Illinois, but you don't see them in especially like West Michigan.
Right.
Like you feel like that's such a small gap. But anyway, so you get to go, and I looked at like a ranch style. So like
Kind of like what Max did.
yeah, so like you go pay these people and they do the decoying for you, they do the calling for you, they have retrieving dogs, they have guides, you can
Oh,
have
man, they
shotguns
give you the
from
whole
them.
9
Like,
yards.
Yeah, you pretty much just got to show up. I mean, you can bring your own gun, obviously, but they do give you the option of renting a gun. But so I'll talk about the rates first. So they do it by like a per night thing. So if you want to do 2 nights, 1 day of hunting, it is for 2 people, $1,200,
Wow.
right around there, and that's like lodging, food, everything.
Holy cow.
it goes up.
How many nights was that?
That's just one hunt. That's one day of hunting. One
man.
full day of hunting.
2 people?
2 people. So you split that, right? Obviously between 2 people.
$600 for a
Pricey.
day. Yeah.
Now, 2 hunters, 2 days is like $2,000, and then 3 days is $3,000. So you pretty much tack on like $1,000 per day.
Yeah.
So it gets
Wow.
cheaper as you do more days. But the craziest thing about it is when you're on these private ranches, no bag limits,
I have seen that.
no
yeah.
plugs. You can just shoot birds all day.
Oh,
Now, this
man.
specific ranch I looked at, they posted a picture of their best day ever. A group of 4 guys went out there, 250 snow geese.
Oh my
Holy
god,
God.
just slaughtering them.
250 birds. I mean, how much money is that in shells?
That's insane.
You're shooting a
I mean, you're
lot
shooting
of-
a case of
Hundreds-
shells. at
hundreds
least.
of
Yeah.
dollars.
per person.
Yeah, that's
Right.
nuts.
That is a lot of shooting, dude.
But you think about it, that doesn't even make a dent in that
Oh,
that
in that
flock.
cloud,
No,
dude.
Yeah,
not at all.
I
It
mean-
doesn't affect them at all.
I think one day we'll have this room set up where it's efficient, but like I'd love to show the video. Maybe we could post that. as,
we
like,
could
a-
probably post that.
But
yeah.
it's a video of this guy like creeping over this hill,
I've seen it,
and it's just like a
yeah.
huge like lake or
It's
pond
like a
or whatever.
drainage, yeah.
And dude, when he spooks the birds, they just go up in that big cloud, just thousands of them, and he just starts unloading
You
his
can't
gun,
miss.
Yeah.
like
You
reloading the
can't
gun, giving them
He
5
had the
more.
extended tube on it too.
Yeah, so,
I mean, you
I
could
mean-
fit like 7 shells in there.
and
It's
he-
crazy.
with one tube full of shells, he knocked down 30 birds. Like
It's so
it
nuts.
was ridiculous to watch,
Ridiculous
and the
numbers.
sound is crazy. But
And they kind of all just like, I don't know, they all, I don't know. It's just such a unique sound because you never get that many in a, you never
Yeah,
get that many of an
many
animal
birds.
in like one group. And when they all
crazy.
just call together, it's just ridiculous.
But-
There was a couple of guys, I don't know if you probably heard about it, but a couple of guys in the archery league, we just wrapped up. They went out on a snow goose hunt. And they were telling me about how they went out and there was a preserve that they couldn't hunt on, but it was just like that video where they spooked the birds and you couldn't see the sky anymore. There was that
Right.
many birds,
And dude,
just flying
that
like
would
crazy.
just be crazy. And I don't know. I wish I would have done more research on snow geese in Michigan, just because it does just seem so odd to me that we
That
don't
just
like.
never
I've never
seen.
like seen one. Like
Does it
maybe
ha-
I've seen one, but
I mean, it could do with like flight path and migration pattern.
yeah, but
and-
that close.
I
you
guess,
think you'd get
but-
like a straggler every now and then, or
Well, I'm sure that's the stragglers are what you're talking about, sitting in the fields or something like that. But
Maybe.
it's got to be like they're flying over the lake or something.
And so
or
we have
like-
so much water in the state.
Yeah.
I can't imagine.
I can't
none of
imagine
it
they like
comes
just
from-
miss it. Just
Yeah.
like, man, that place looks pretty cool. I'll just fly around it.
Yeah,
I'll
right.
fly through Chicago.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
Are you kidding me? But
I wonder
no,
if they break up too at all, like as they fly north. Like,
they certainly might.
yeah,
I don't know how far north they go. I don't know much about their migration.
I know
pattern.
it's a strange bird. I don't hear a ton about it. Like, and
I know,
especially
and-
here. I mean, it's a tough spot because not being here, people aren't gonna talk about it.
Yeah,
Right.
and maybe it is like a Michigan thing. Like we just don't hear about it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I guess I feel like recently I've seen so many more videos about it. I've seen so many more, or I've heard more people talking about it. I've heard a couple people at like Cabela's, like customers talking about going and doing
really?
it. And then like you said, the guys that shot league with us.
Mhm.
I mean, they went out there and they were looking for some stuff to get it done out there.
Yeah.
The other really cool thing, you ever seen like the decoys they use?
Aren't they just like the wind?
Yeah,
the
so
wind
like-
socks.
Yeah, like the flaggy things,
Yeah.
dude. It's crazy.
They'll set up
dude.
thousands
I
of
was gonna
those.
say it's probably cheaper than buying
Hundreds
like,
of those.
actual
Actual
decoys.
decoys or even
Yeah,
silhouettes.
dude.
Like,
They almost like paint the field white
yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely.
with
Oh, yeah.
these little like wind socks.
I think that's one thing about the snow geese too, and I don't know, I could be wrong in this, but I don't think numbers affect them. Like, I think that when they see a group like that, like, it's truly the more the merrier.
Well, especially because they got to be so accustomed to it. I mean, they're used to flying in the thousands.
Wings
Right.
and wing. the whole
So
time.
I mean,
Right.
you see Canadian geese flying around. They're in
I mean, you'll
groups
see
of
groups of 20, probably.
20, but you can also see one. You can
Well,
also
exactly,
see one. I
yeah.
mean, he's lost, but
Doesn't know where he's at.
nobody really likes him. He's just flying around. But no, I feel like you see like the stragglers, but I don't know, there's like 1,000 wind socks.
Oh my gosh, can you imagine the setup time on that?
Oh
I
my
mean,
We
when
do the whole night before. Like, I've
I
seen
mean,
videos
yeah.
middle of the night, trucks out, headlights on.
out.
we went
that's
out
doing it.
when we went out to Bay City to do that field goose hunt, but
Man, that was... Yeah, so you're looking at the Elite Three that went and did that. We
But
stayed...
when
Have
we
we
sa-
ever told that story?
yeah, because I talked about almost shooting the crane. Remember?
Oh my gosh, dude.
Yeah.
But when we set up those 40 decoys, it took us
Was it 40?
2 hours was like 45.
I can't. Well, granted, they might have more guys, but still, you're probably hundreds of decoys.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, yeah.
You're a whole night.
And I mean, I guess
probably the night before.
Ours-
so, like,
Absolutely.
get used to seeing it, and then
right. Ours probably wasn't very quality compared to like those. I'm sure those wind stocks are like one steak, you just boom, boom, like you almost like
Yeah.
just throw them in the ground as you go. But I don't know. It would just. I don't know. I just think it'd be so cool to see like. Oh, I don't even know, like cloud. I guess the best way to put it's a cloud.
It's a
That's how we
cloud.
keep
It's a
saying
cloud
it.
of
It's a
birds,
cloud
yeah.
of birds just flying at you.
Just that.
Like you
that
almost like
feeling
don't
of-
even aim, man. You just
No,
like
that's
start
exactly
pulling the
it.
trigger.
That's exactly it. You
you
just
just aim, shoot,
Yeah,
and reload.
it sounds so.
point your gun in the sky and just shoot.
It sounds so like poor sportsman, like to like not aim at them, just aim for the mass of 'em.
Yeah.
Like
Well, and that's the thing too is like one shell's not just taking one bird. You're probably
take a
shooting like
couple.
2 or 3
Oh my
birds
God.
with one shell.
yeah, right. What kind of shot size do you think you'd use?
I don't know, dude. Do you go
gotta go
down to like
4.
Well,
4?
it depends on how close you are too. I mean, if you can get close, you might get a smaller BB, just so you can get a little wider spread. going.
More of them.
Running.
Exactly, because you don't have to
Murder
worry
on
about
the line.
taking
Shot
that
out
one,
there.
taking that one.
We're running 9 shot today.
Yeah, literally.
Man, I mean, it would work, but you just, I don't know.
Yeah,
I'd say
yeah.
probably like, I'd say like,
Shot would not work.
like 4 or 5 shot probably. 5 would be the lowest, I'd say.
5 would be the lowest I
Yeah.
would go.
Yeah, I'd probably go 4. I mean, I don't know, maybe just me.
But that's-
I'm a big 3.5 challenge guy.
Oh,
so
yeah,
I mean,
this guy's
here
shooting
we
a big
go,
guy.
here we
I don't know.
go.
I'm always a little overkill, so I'm gonna go to a 3.
His
just for
shoulder
kicks
sore.
again. Work the shoulder out. I don't know.
It's an ego thing. No, you get a little bit more powder behind him. I'm not against it. I'm not
No.
against it. We'll do like, I don't know. We did a turkey. I guess we'll kind of do like almost like a wrap up thing here, but we did like a turkey. Me and Evan did the. Yeah, was it yesterday?
It was yesterday.
We recorded it yesterday. It's gonna probably take like a week and a half, 2 weeks to get out. But, we're starting to record that YouTube content, and we did record like a turkey hunting setup, going over like all of our turkey setups and what we're gonna be taking out to the woods with us here in the next 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Month?
Yeah.
So, we definitely should do that for like waterfowl.
Absolutely.
You'd have to do it outside though, because we have a lot of decoys.
Oh my
There's
gosh.
a lot of stuff.
What are you dropping on me?
Playing with shotgun shells.
shell?
It's
This
in
guy
his
is in his mind. He's just thinking about it.
Can't stop
Trying
thinking
to
about these
manifest it.
birds. Yeah.
But
Yeah, we'd have to go outside. I mean, we could even break out the silhouettes. I still got all of them sitting in my barn right now.
I can't believe they ended up in your yard because we parked the truck and just threw them in your yard, and
Yep.
then
Yeah.
we woke up or no, we didn't wake up. I was dropping something off to you, and
It
we
was like the next day. We were
we
like,
planted them all in Evan's yard.
it was a
Yeah.
great spread.
It
Yeah,
looked
oh, it's
great.
fantastic,
Would have fooled me.
yeah.
It's just a shame it was the middle of the city. It's a shame. But now that they ended up in your garage, huh?
They're all in the barn. Yeah, they're all tucked away in the corner. All 45 of them.
Oh.
No, I think there might.
43.
Yeah,
I
there's
have 2 in front of
Max
mine,
has
so-
I
2.
can't believe you
see 'em
guys
every time I
remembered how
drive
many we
past.
did, dude. That was
Yeah.
such a horrible night. Like,
I had a
for
great
16
time. I
No,
don't know,
I had a
man.
wonderful time. But dude, what we got there at 9 o'clock? Was it?
No, way later. It was like 11 when we
It
got
was-
there.
it's really
got
late.
to
Yeah, it was
basically
really-
11.
We left work at 9.
Oh yeah,
That's right.
We left
came-
work at 9.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then we freaking made decoys till 6 in the morning.
Yeah, because we had to stay up for the can of spray paint.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
we
stay
ran out
up.
of spray paint, so we had to wait till Meyer reopened after we were already there
We
that
went
night.
there
It was
once.
the same shift of people that were closed it and opened it. It was so awkward walking by them. It's like, yeah, we're back.
Yeah.
More paint.
Yeah.
But no, I guess to kind of keep wrapping things up.
Yeah,
after we
man.
spent all
We
time
could
today.
talk all day.
We are making that YouTube content. It's been so hard to, I don't want to say develop, but like it took a while to get used to this. Man, talking to like
a
Tell me about it.
camera.
that is crazy.
It's tough.
It's like, because you don't get to like edit it out. Like this stuff I can shrink. I can do whatever I want.
Right.
But that stuff is like, I don't know. I feel like I always look goofy too.
Yeah.
Because you're put on the spot. I mean,
Absolutely.
starting this, it's like, I don't know what
I don't know, dude.
say.
You're kinda-
do
I think
I
you-
look at you? Do I not? I don't know.
Honestly, Max, you're kind of killing it,
Yeah,
man.
you
I'm a
killed
little
it.
I'm
jealous.
trying.
I'm a little jealous. But yeah, we're making a bunch of YouTube content. We're actually, we always talk about how we're making YouTube videos, and then I'm trying to figure out how to edit it. But I really am this time.
Yeah, we're
You could be making them, doesn't mean you're posting them.
exactly.
You're editing, doing all this stuff behind the
the
scenes.
editing process is a lot more than we anticipated. I guess
for
you could
sure.
Oh,
say.
for sure. It's
Yeah.
so complex, but I am getting a lot better at it, and I'm meeting up with I'm gonna call him a professional. tomorrow to like really get like a ground running.
There you go.
And
we're both gonna get accustomed to the editing, so then we can both start banging them
crank 'em
out.
out.
And we're hoping that, I mean, I don't know about you, but at some point I would like to be able to record a video and then, you know, take like 2 days instead of a week. You know?
For sure. Yeah. I'd like to like bank up videos and get them edited before. I don't know. We'll talk business talk after this, but yeah. So be on the lookout for those YouTube videos. Hopefully very soon. We have been posting, I feel like, better short form content on our
It's getting out
smaller
there,
links. Hopefully we're gonna get Max more incorporated on those things. So look forward to hearing more from him.
One final thing before we go.
Talk to us.
We got shirts today, so this is a really, really big deal for us. We got a bunch of blank shirts that we're gonna turn into some T-shirts. So if you guys are interested in a Timbr Media shirt, you guys can reserve one. Send us an email, say you want a shirt. We'll save one for you, and we're gonna have a bunch of them ready.
Yeah,
and
it's gonna be the same logo that's on the hats here, except for it's just gonna be a white logo on a black shirt. We're trying to make it a little bit more fitting for people that might not be so into the outdoorsy stuff, the browns and the greens and
maybe that's something I can post too, because I have the pictures of both designs. I guess I could do like maybe a poll or something. Yeah, like what do you guys like more? But yeah, so I guess that's kind of where we're at with the business and everything.
Yeah, absolutely. And all proceeds, I guess you could say, is going to get completely reinvested to hopefully make this maybe a little bit better one day.
It's not going to our pocket. Don't worry about that.
It's not perfect. Yeah, I think we've made it look pretty solid. What do you think, Max? What do you think of the pod room?
It's good. I honestly haven't seen the room in person. I think just like pictures, maybe some videos here and there.
Look pretty alright.
It's good,
except for how everything's offset. The whole
Besides
room
that,
shifted this
it's
way.
good. I like the decorations. I think it's gonna be fun looking back, saying
this
is how it started.
Yeah, how it
this is
started.
what we had.
For sure.
I think it's gonna be funny. So
yeah, so be on the lookout for all the content and be on the lookout for the shirts. And we appreciate everyone's time for taking 30 minutes out of their day to listen to our voices.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Have a good one.